This podcast is about Link Mentoring in Grinnell and a fundraiser, a bowling event that they have going on in April in Grinnell, and we'll get to details on that in just a few moments. But first, a word from our sponsors, including Grinnell State Bank, with locations not only in Grinnell, but in Johnston, Marengo, and Polk City. Find out about what they have going on at Grinnell State Bank on their website, and they can tell you about their convenient online and mobile banking that they have going on, and you can get started as a customer at Grinnell State Bank and open your accounts in just 15 minutes online at Grinnell State Bank. And also by Total Choice Shipping and Printing. I want to thank Alicia and Corey for sponsoring this podcast and so many other podcasts for Grinnell in the last 6 months. If you need a last-minute Valentine, check out Total Choice Shipping and Printing. They have the perfect Valentine's exchange cards for your kids to pass out at school parties. Cards even include pre-packaged small toys, stickers, and more at Total Choice Shipping and Printing in Grinnell. My interview guests on this podcast are with Bill Costow and Francesca Cunningham, and they're with Link Mentoring. And I'm anxious to find out about this organization. I don't know which one of you wants to take this or not, but what is Link Mentoring?
So Link Mentoring is a program we've actually been in town for about 20 years now. Originally Big Brothers Big Sisters, now called Link Mentoring the last several years. And we work in the school district and we match children who would benefit from another positive role model in their life with community adults or college students. These matches meet once a week at the school for lunch recess. And we watch these relationships take off. Mentoring is shown to improve a child's self-esteem. It's shown to engage children in their schoolwork, engage them in the community, help them to avoid risky behaviors. And so that's kind of the magic behind our program, is these one-on-one relationships.
Do the mentors just meet with one individual child, or do they meet with several different ones?
Yep, it's one-on-one. So I'm currently a mentor right now, and my little buddy's in 3rd grade. I was first paired up with him when he was in 1st grade, and it's just him and myself hanging out during his recess and lunch period once a week during the entire school year. So strictly one-to-one matchup.
I got to say, this must be very rewarding. Before we started the podcast, told you folks that I was a big brother at one time. Yep. And my little brother is now married with a kid. Oh. And, I ran into him a few years ago, and we talk and have a nice conversation from time to time. It just must be very, very rewarding to do that.
It absolutely is. This is my 2nd time being a mentor, and my first little buddy, he's now graduated from high school. He was in all different athletics in his family from time to time, and whenever we see each other, it's just big smiles knowing that we went from 3rd grade through 8th grade, and now he's just an awesome person, and very rewarding is a good way to put that.
So how many little buddies and mentors do you have matched up? You know?
At any time, we have approximately 40. We match kids at Fairview, Bailey Park, and Davis schools, so kindergarten through 4th grade. But then, like Bill mentioned, we will continue to follow and support those matches as they move into the middle school, all the way up through 8th grade. And so a community person like Bill might be with a child for multiple years.
How do you decide who's going to match up with who?
Yeah, I was really nervous about that when I first started. Like, I don't know anything about 1st graders, and that was one of my big concerns. How am I going to get paired up with somebody? What are we going to talk about? And our mentor coordinators are just phenomenal. Going through the application that I had to submit, the personality that I am, with the littles that you guys know about, the way they put people together, just a phenomenal process.
So we have 2 mentor coordinators, both are part-time, and they work to process people who want to be mentors, as well as the children who are going to be in the program, and then work to put them together, as well as continuing to support these matches throughout the life of the match. So someone like Bill, when he said that he wanted to be a part of the program, he had to fill out an application. He had to submit references, do a series of background checks. We interviewed him. And then when he was accepted as someone worthy to be a mentor, we look at his life experiences, the strengths that he brings to the program, and then we look at the child's interests, and maybe what we think that the child could gain from the experience, and we just start making matches.
So what kind of activities do the mentors have with their little buddies, or what, the mentees?
Yeah, a lot of it's really driven by the littles, what they want to do. The program provides just shelves of different board games and arts and crafts and books, and really it's what do the little buddy and the big buddy, what do they want to do during that lunch and recess? My first little buddy, he loved playing Battleship. So we knew every week we were going to play Battleship.
You sunk my Battleship.
And he beat me every single time. I was even going online trying to find strategies on how to line up your ships. I'm like, how can he beat me every time? My current little buddy, he loves playing Monopoly.
Okay.
And it's great. He wants to be the banker, and he wants to count out the change, and he wants to move all the pieces around the board. We maybe go around the board 2 or 3 times because it takes a little bit to get all the change counted out. But really, it's all right, buddy. What do you want to do today? Sometimes he might be having a day where he just wants to sit back and we just talk about how his week has gone, what's going on in school, what's going on with his friends. Other times he's bouncing off the walls to play different games. When it's nice out, we'll go outside for recess from time to time and watch him run around with his buddies. So the little, in my experience, has been the one that dictates what we do each week.
Oh, nice.
And I think if you were an observer and you saw Bill with his little buddy, you might think they're just playing Battleship. What's the big deal? But what Bill alluded to is, he kind of leads guided conversations. He knows when to talk and maybe press, and then he learns when it's important for him just to sit back and listen. And I firmly believe, being with this for so long, that there is power in the fact that Bill or another mentor is willing to show up week after week, and in Bill's case, year after year. That is a powerful message to a child that someone wants to spend their time with them.
That is fantastic. Now, I'm assuming that some of these kids are in a situation where they have no role model really to look up to. Is that correct?
Actually, I'm going to correct you on that. We have kids in our program from all walks of life.
Okay.
And I, as a parent, I think Bill would agree with this, as a parent, you can never put too many positive role models in your child's life. And I think all children go through different phases. So there are times in their life when maybe they're pulling back and they're not maybe listening as much to parents and maybe more to peers. It's nice to have that other person there that can...
Like a sounding board.
Yes, yes. It can be it could be someone, a child who is in a very, lots of siblings, so it's nice just for them to have that one-on-one attention. It might be that only child that would benefit from having a college student, kind of like somewhat like an older sibling, to get that kind of a relationship. There are some families that are going through complicated circumstances, so it's nice for kids to have extra attention. It might be a first-generation child who might be the first in her family to go to college. There's a myriad of reasons why someone would want their child to be in this program.
So they come from all walks of life.
Exactly.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I got to tell you, not so much as a child, but in my long career in radio, I've had several mentors, and I don't know where I'd be without them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really nice to have. I want to talk about what Bill first contacted me about, and that's your bowling event coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Saturday, April 12th, here in Grinnell at the Bowlodrome. It's our one big fundraiser. It funds our Link mentoring program throughout the year. It's something that I think this is our 5th annual through Link mentoring.
Yeah.
And just an event that we really get excited about. 3 different shifts going on, morning, early afternoon, later afternoon. And we spend the day bowling with some very seasoned bowlers and some not so seasoned bowlers. So it's a very laid back time.
For sponsors for this?
We are.
Yeah.
We have several sponsors lined up. Green State Credit Union, Clown Valley Yarns Foundation, Community First Credit Union, Grinnell Herald Registered, and Total Choice Shipping and Printing. But then what we're really focusing on now is getting people who want to be a team to come bowl on that day. You get a team of 5 bowlers or 4 to 6 bowlers for $300. And you get to bowl a couple of games. You get free T-shirts. We have tons of door prizes, both for people with skill as well as people who are just lucky and win something. And we serve food. The Mayflower community helps us with the food each year. So we have a nice little spread of food.
That is nice. So are all the mentors and mentees, are they all invited to this, or is there a registration fee, or how does that work exactly?
So the mentors and we have a lot of mentors that will bowl. The mentees aren't actually invited to this event. It is our one fundraiser.
I see.
We have other fun activities that we organize for our littles and our bigs to do together throughout the year. Movie night, we had a holiday party earlier. We always have an end of the year picnic. So this particular day is really focused on raising funds for the coming year. And therefore, we typically have about 150 bowlers, many businesses in the Grinnell community, service clubs, churches, friends of the program, mentors at the college, all come together on that day to bowl and support us.
Well, that is fantastic. How long has this been going on? Any idea?
Well, yeah, originally we were Big Brothers Big Sisters, so it's been about 20 years, maybe slightly more than that, since the program got started in Grinnell. And the bowling event actually started much smaller back then. And then in 2020, right about the time COVID hit, we didn't pick the time, but we decided that we could be more effective and more efficient if we were a local mentoring program, and that's when we hooked up with Link, which also does the after-school program and the summer program. We're the kind of the third arm of that program, and that's where we are now. So the last 5 years we've been doing under the name of Link Mentoring.
Is this a 501c3 nonprofit organization?
Yes, it is.
So any donations are tax deductible?
Yes,
Well, that
they
is
are.
fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. So when is that coming up again?
Saturday, April 12th in Grinnell at the Bowlodrome.
Okay, Saturday, April 12th at the Bowlodrome. Mark it on your calendar.
Yep.
And
You do need to sign up ahead of time.
Okay.
So if you're interested, you need to get a hold of us. You can call me at 641-990-0567, or if you like email better, it would be mentoring@linkgrinnell.org.
give us that contact information one
Okay.
more time so
Okay.
people can write it down if they're listening.
Give me a call at 641-990-0567, or email us at mentoring@linkgrinnell.org. Link is LINK.
All right, fantastic. If there's a parent listening or somebody that would like to match up with a mentor in some way, shape, or form, How can they go about doing that?
Yeah, mentoring at linkgrinnell.org is going to be their best way. So mentoring at linkgrinnell.org is the best way to get in touch. And if it's something that you're thinking about as a mentor, you think that might be something that I might be able to do this. I have that time from week to week. The mentor coordinators will help put you in the best position possible. So if you're worried about who am I going to be matched up with and what are we going to talk about, what are we going to do, you don't have to worry about that. The mentor coordinators are there to help out with that. If you feel like you can commit that time to mentoring, please get in touch. There's going to be a little boy or a little girl that would benefit from that.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks to you. Very rewarding thing, as we talked about at the top of the podcast. I know from personal experience. So kudos and props to both of you on all this. And again, give us the date for the bowling activity and how people can sign up one more time. I like to repeat these things over and over again.
No, I'm with you. Saturday, April 12th is the actual event, but we do want you to sign up in advance. So that's where you can reach out to Francesca at 990-0567 or email us at mentoring@linkgrinnell.org.
All right. Thank you for talking with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Our interview guests have been Bill Costow and Francesca Cunningham with Link Mentoring. Until next time, out is out. See ya.